Hey guys, welcome to today's lesson on calcium. We're going to pull together what we learned about this week with calcium and vitamin D and help you better understand what exactly you need to do, how you can find food products and utilize certain foods in your diets to meet your body's calcium requirements. Before we begin, I just need you to understand how important it is on a daily basis that you meet your body's calcium requirements. Remember that for every day that you don't meet your needs, there is a net loss of calcium from your bone mass. So there's so much calcium that you need per day. And remember that 99% of the calcium in your body is stored in your bones and teeth. So when you don't meet how much calcium that you need per day, your body pulls the calcium from its bones and teeth and utilizes it for those other jobs that you learned about. So it's vital that you get enough in per day. And just so you know too, I know a lot of guys out there think that calcium and osteoporosis and things like that isn't relevant to them, and that's really very false. Now, it's not as prevalent in men as it is in women, but men are just as susceptible to it as what females are, especially if you neglect meeting your body's calcium requirements with vitamin D over a long period of time. So the better and the quicker that you get in line with meeting your calcium on a daily basis, the healthier your body's going to be and the longer that you can prolong or delay weak bone mass. So we're going to spend some time today talking about this. Now also keep in mind that females, if you're less than 50 years of age, or men less than 50 years of age, need 1,000 milligrams of calcium per day. If you're older than 50, whether you're a man or a woman, you need 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day. So we need to take a look at how you get it and what food sources are best to get that from. So let's look at a few items here. And I want to teach you guys something right off the get-go, because I think a lot of you are doing this incorrectly. And when you look at calcium and you turn over a food label and you look to see how much calcium is in a product, you are never going to find calcium listed on a food label in milligrams. All right, remember your goal, if you're younger than 50, is 1,000 milligrams of calcium per day, and if you're older than 50, it's 1,200, but you're never going to see how many milligrams of calcium is listed on a food product. And there's a very, very easy way to determine that. And calcium is the only vitamin or mineral that you'll see on the panel that you can do this for. But to find out how many milligrams a product has, all you do is simply take the percent sign, erase it, and add a 0. Now, I'm holding here a organic fat-free milk, and this milk in 1 cup, which is 8 ounces, contains 30% calcium. So, to convert that to milligrams, I take the percent sign, I'm going to erase it, add a 0, and now that tells me that this food product in 1 cup has 300 milligrams of calcium, not 30. 300. And then just remember again that calcium is the only one that you can do that for. You can't take a percent sign, erase it, and add a 0 for any of the other vitamins and minerals that you see, only calcium. So that's very important to know, especially when you're adding foods to the journal and things like that, that you're adding the calcium content of those foods correctly. So this 1 cup has 300 milligrams of calcium. Now before I go through and show you some of these other things, a very important point that I want you to burn into your brains. You should always try to meet your calcium requirements from foods that naturally contain it first before you choose foods that are fortified or calcium supplements. All right, we're going to repeat that again because this is very important. You should always try to choose the products that naturally contain calcium first before you choose foods that are fortified or calcium supplements. All right, so foods that naturally contain it are going to be some of those dairy products, like skim milk, like these Greek yogurts that I've been preaching now since the start of the program to try to get into your system. And here I have actually 3 that we find here in our local grocery stores. Here's the Yoplait Greek yogurt, then you have the Chobani, and then you have the Oikos variety here. And all 3 are very good, and they provide a significant amount of calcium. In fact, if I would turn this label over and look at the calcium, in 1 container of this Yoplait Greek yogurt, there's 30% calcium, which again, I'm going to erase the percent, add a 0, and that tells me there's 300 milligrams of calcium in this product. All right, these are equally as good. Here is a a shredded cheese that I found that is a great addition to salads and things like that. Remember, I'm encouraging you guys to have salads on a regular basis. And if you're not going to have a glass of skim milk with your salad, and even if you do for extra calcium, you can throw a 1/4 cup of something like this on there. And if you would, there's 20% calcium in a 1/4 cup of this shredded cheese. So there's 200 milligrams in just a 1/4 cup, and you can see here that this is actually a reduced sodium variety. So you're going to get about 50 milligrams less sodium in something like this. It's still going to taste wonderful and makes a great addition to salads and things like that. So I would encourage you to use these when you can. Another great source of protein, low calorie, and it's going to provide your body with a significant source of naturally occurring calcium. And 2 other products that I've been preaching now as well since we started this whole thing, and I've mentioned to you before that these both are superfoods, and I'm referring to these almonds here. And what's awesome about this is that these are portion controlled baggies, and these are natural almonds. There's no added salts. These are dry roasted. So these are optimal health superfoods. And if you would have 1 pack of these, sure, you're going to get about 170 or 180 calories in one of these, but these are healthy calories, still part of your calorie budget. But what a lot of people don't realize is that not only is this a great source of protein and fiber, but superfoods will generally contain calcium. And if you ate one of these packets, you're going to get 80 milligrams of calcium, nearly 10% of what you need if you're less than 50 years old. So that's why these things are so important to try to choose on a regular basis. You're taking care of your healthy fats, you're taking care of protein, fiber, and calcium in a food product like this. So I really like these, and I hope more of you will start utilizing these into your diets. Another superfood that we talked about is spinach. Spinach contains the same amount of milligrams of calcium as what a serving of your almonds do. So if you had 3 cups of this, and you might think that 3 cups is a lot, but you have to realize that when you put 3 cups of spinach into a measuring cup, it's loose leaf, so you don't pack it into that cup. You just set it in as it falls. It's fluffy. So 3 cups really isn't a lot, and you're getting the same. You're getting 80 milligrams of calcium in a cup of this. And I remember I told you before that calorie for calorie, spinach is the most nutrient-dense food on earth. And there's no reason why you can't be at least putting some spinach into your salads whenever you're making them. Even if you don't want all spinach, that's fine, but at least I want to see you adding some servings of spinach throughout your day. It's just too powerful of a food not to be consumed. And then I'm going to show you an example of a fortified product. Remember now, before I explain this to you, all of these foods except for this calcium supplement you see here have naturally occurring calcium in it. This is best for your body, so you want to try to get these in whenever possible. And then if you're still not meeting your calcium requirements, you're looking for products that are fortified with it. Now, I don't know how many times I have to repeat this, but you should never drink your calories unless it's skim milk. But sometimes it's okay to have a half a cup or a cup of juice every now and then. And if you're not meeting your body's calcium requirements, you can find orange juice that has calcium fortified. So in this product, you're getting calcium and vitamin D, which is a great source of calcium, and always want to combine your calcium with vitamin D whenever you do that. So here's a fortified product. And then if you're still not meeting your body's calcium requirements, keep in mind, I am not a doctor. If you need to take the next step and start supplementing calcium into your diet, your doctor needs to know about it. Ask your doctor what supplement's appropriate, how much you should be taking, what should be something that you have to look at your diet as well, because you can get too much calcium in your diet. So if you supplement, you got to make sure that you're not getting too much. Now, you can get inundated with looking at calcium on the store shelves. There's 25, 30 products, and I'm probably not exaggerating when I say that. So which is best? And that's why this is kind of a last resort, because if you really delved into the ingredients list on some of these, there's actually even trans fats in a lot of these simple calcium supplements. So while the benefits of taking these outweigh some of the not so healthy ingredients, you still want to try to resort to eating foods that naturally contain calcium as much as possible before you resort to supplements and fortified products. So with all that said, remember, vitamin D is essential with calcium. It's the key that unlocks the door. So if you are choosing supplements and fortified products, look for those that have the vitamin D in there with that. I hope you guys learned something, and if you have any questions about that, please let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.